Zeaxanthin is in every leaf in plants, and very important to harvesting and protecting against light, but they're very, very, very low levels. So I mentioned previously that I had an interest in zeaxanthin, just the nature of it from a nutritional biochemistry background. It had been found in the eye, and I was already working on, could I find a source of zeaxanthin? And I thought the place to find it was in an organism, a microorganism that might have to protect itself against light. So I looked around the world and in culture collections around the world for a source, a microorganism that might make dietary zeaxanthin. So I've looked at thousands of strains. It was a very small lab, me growing them, extracting them, analyzing them. And I did not have sophisticated equipment at that point, so I sent it off to a professor at Purdue who had developed sophisticated techniques named Forrest Quackenbush. And he had just retired, and sent off a couple strains or extracts from it. And he said, well, yeah, it never found zeaxanthin in nature by itself, but you have an extract here that has dietary zeaxanthin. So having looked for a year and a half, 2 years around the world, I looked into my notebook. It was, I can still remember, AFB 44 strain. And turned out it was from an artesian well about 200 yards behind my house. So I looked all over the world and found it. So then we a research team spent time kind of training it to make a lot of zeaxanthin. And eventually we extracted it, and I took the first capsules and measured it in my blood, and had a crude device that could measure my eye. And in fact, it was zeaxanthin. We could get it in the blood. And so I was the first guinea pig on dietary zeaxanthin. So, you find things in your own backyard, even when you look around the world.